My name is Attack Slug and I love video games. I've been playing video games since about 1985 or so. But every once in a while, there comes along a bunch of games, or a genre of games, that I just don't understand what the appeal of. So this show is called Yelling at Clouds, because I feel like an old man yelling at clouds, trying to figure out why these games are so popular. So today, obviously, we're starting off with the top game on any app store. It is Clash of Clans. They make like, 50 million a day. And I have literally never played this game. So I want to do this video and do a series of videos on other games to understand why these games are supposedly fun, supposedly good video games, or interesting video games, or functional video games? I don't know. So I'm going to do my best to give this game a fair shake and see if I can understand it as the old man that I am. Right off the bat, the art style is pretty appealing, pretty cohesive. This is my new village, and there are some orcs. And this is very, like, World of Warcraft-ish type art style stuff, and that's nice. Oh no, it's the Goblin Horde. Go to the shop. Alright, so already I see that this is set up kind of like the original Dungeon Keeper, in that I'm going to be building armaments, and they're going to take time to build. So we're going to build a basic cannon here, and it's going to take us 10 seconds. And then, it always starts at 10 seconds, and then it gets, progressively worse and worse. Alright, then the little guys come and attack the village, and ideally the cannon's going to take them out. So that's kind of tower defense-ish. I can tell you right off the bat, I am not a fan of tower defense base building games. I'm not saying they're all bad. I just personally had never been much of a fan of them. The cannon's gonna magically repair itself. Oh, the wizards. Okay, they're wizards. So we're gonna the intro to any of these games is very much they're gonna give you just enough to hook you, hopefully hook you. And then, down the line, make you want to pay money. Now, I don't have anything against free-to-play games. I think that free-to-play can be done right, Dota 2. Even though I don't play MOBAs, I recognize that Dota 2 is free-to-play done right. The problem is here on mobile, it's kind of hard to get into anything free-to-play when so many of them use such nasty tactics to try to, actually eke out all your money and not actually give you a satisfying experience. Pump elixir from the underground line. So, alright, we'll do more of that. Collector has cost us 150 coins. So, right away, yeah, see, if you want to wait, or you can just finish it now. So, that is where it plays into the whole, hey, guess what? You can totally buy these different kinds of currency, and then, that's going to cost us 300 more coins. Like, so obviously this is all very tutorial-y stuff, and these build times are, when you're at the very beginning, the build times are very short, but ideally they're going to get you hooked on playing this stuff, and then go from there. Alright, you can see here how the army stuff is going to work. The more you play the game, things that you can unlock further on. I get that, it's interesting. So the little arrow there to kind of, hey, finish training, is they want you to spend that green gem stuff so badly. And it's like, hey, you can sit here and wait 6 minutes and 8 seconds, or you can just, a little blinking arrow, tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. And it kind of goes into that part of your brain where it's like, well, it's a button, and it's saying to tap it, so I should tap it. But you're using up your resources. Alright, we're going to head into the Goblin Forest here, and then hold down my finger to deploy my troops. So the actual gameplay here, not super deep. It's just, hey, get enough troops to overwhelm your opponents and have them attack your opponents, and then kind of sit here and wait and watch it happen. And it's got that mobile system of, amounts of stars, and, you're going to kind of want to min-max that stuff to get all those stars. And my name is Attack Slug because my name is Attack Slug. Alright, so now we get into the gameplay loop of how they keep you playing, and that is, they give you all these little objectives, and those objectives, you're gonna, keep seeing the bars fill up, and the bars fill up, gives you that little bit of a thing in your brain that goes, ooh, this feels good, the bars are filling up. But what are you really doing? The first thing that I feel like we should do here is actually click on the little plus icon next to the gem, and see what that stuff costs. $5, $10, $20. 50 bucks, 100 bucks, and then you can also get gold, and you can spend 1 to fill your gold and your elixir storages, which is, those fill up automatically as long as you're mining for that stuff. But, so the game started you out with 5 bucks worth of stuff. That was your first hit's free, man. Your first hit's free, and then they get you hooked. So you can see here, we can zoom out and kind of, you know, decide where you want to put stuff. And I would imagine, if people who are into, you know, like the base building mechanics of it, I can understand why that would be appealing to kind of have yourself, you know, set up. Kind of like a, you know, a Farmville situation of having everything set up just right. And you can kind of clear out the trees and set up everything how you want to do in this grid. I would imagine at some point you can make your grids bigger, and that's kind of how that works. So you can see here we just upgraded our elixir storage. That's a half an hour. But if you want to speed it up, spend more of your stuff. So ideally, I would imagine, we got like a multiplayer chat here. I would imagine that there is a incentive to, hey, play for a little bit, then do other stuff on your phone, and then play a little bit more, do other stuff on your phone, etc., etc., etc. But as someone like me, who is an old man, admittedly, when I want to play a video game, I want to play video games. I want to really get into it, dig deep into it, and play for a couple of hours at a time. And unless you're spending real money, that doesn't seem to be an option if you actually get into here, because you're going to run out of money, you're going to run out of elixir, you're going to run out of these gems without actually spending actual money. So there is a multiplayer style action to this game. If you see here, I click on this little guy here, you can, I guess, join a clan and do tournaments, but personally, I'm very much a solo gamer. I play games for my own amusement, and I'm not big on multiplayer stuff, so perhaps there's a whole portion of this game that's just never going to appeal to me, and I can fully admit that on a lot of games, that I just don't do a lot of multiplayer, and that's just kind of the long and the short of it. But you can see here that my cash has run pretty low here. I'm going to collect some. That was, you know, 6 and 6. So obviously, you want to upgrade these deals to get more cash, to get more production time. But when you're running low on gold and you're running low on elixir, like outside of spending all the rest of those green gems, like what else can you really do with, you know, the immediate gameplay consequences? Obviously, I'm sitting here. There are things going on, but as someone who wants to be engaged when I play video games, I'm kind of just like, well, now what? So, I mean, I can go to attack here, and I guess that's kind of my goal, is to do these missions, I guess. There are a bunch of them here, so that might be the main part of the game, and that's fine. Payback, Forest, Outpost. I've done the first two, so that's the right-hand side of the screen there. It says single player, and I am all about single player, and that's where the loot is. So we're going to deploy our army here. We're going to zoom in and have these guys go and attack, and that's all of our forces. And we're going to hope that that's enough guys, but it might not be. And so, you know, obviously these guys are going to die, and then you're going to want to train more. And that seems to be more or less the gameplay loop. And there we go, getting our fat loot, getting our fat stacks. Hopefully not too many guys are going to die here, but it's kind of hard to tell how many you have on the screen there. And like anything else, you know, it's going to start out easy and then ramp up the more you play. So now we're back to our base. We can collect, and then we've got full up on the juice. And then we can use our barracks to train guys. We can spend to upgrade and get another troop. So we'll just do that. And then speed it up for the sake of this video. But then, so, you know, you're kind of sitting here tapping and waiting and tapping and waiting. And we get rewards, so we're going to claim our rewards. We got some gems back, and that's good. But the question that I want to know is that how long can you do this type of stuff? How long can you be in this before you run out of everything, and then it's just like, hey, wait for, like, you know, a couple of hours? That's kind of where I'm at, how I feel about it, is I don't like to wait when I'm playing video games. And if a lot of this game is waiting or spending money, my initial reaction is to say, I don't want to spend any money. Like, if I'm going to spend money on a video game, And believe me, I spend a lot of money on video games, don't get me wrong. But it is games that are complete experiences. Now granted, it's 2015, and a lot of games you buy aren't complete anymore. But I'm saying when I buy a game and I pop it in a console, or I load it up on Steam, you know, I'm buying a thing where I'm not going to have to wait, you know, or pay more money to speed up the experience. If I'm paying money for an in-game thing, I want, you know, DLC, I want, you know, an experience in addition to what I'm already buying in the base of the game. And most, not all, most phone games and free-to-play games of this nature is that they want to hook you, and then so you don't want to wait, you want to spend money so you're not having to wait. And certainly that is what seems to be all of the top grossing games on the App Store on both iOS and Google Play. And I've just been sorting by top grossing, and those are the games that I'm going to look at on this show, Yelling at Clouds, because I'm an old man, and I am yelling at clouds. Alright, so once again we are deploying. I don't know what the hell... Alright, they're shooting arrows. So we got some archers, and we got some dead barbarian dudes here. And we're going to lose this battle because we apparently did not build enough troops. We did not manufacture nearly enough troops. So, sucks to be me. So I have already died on what is like the fourth battle. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I already died on the fourth battle. So already it is a matter of, hey, you don't have enough guys, so build up a massive army. P.S. To do that, you need massive resources. P.S. I'm not going to do that. That sounds like, look, I'm getting 6 there for my collection. That sounds incredibly tedious. Or you could wait until all these things fill up and your phone goes, hey, everything's full, come back and play another 5 or 10 minutes. And personally, I don't like playing my games in 5 or 10 minute chunks. I want longer experiences. And I understand that seems to be the opposite of what phone games are, because it's, you know, when you're on the go, you get in a little bit here and there. I understand that to an extent. But there are games that are free, and I've had them on this channel. There are games that are free that I haven't played but I know about, and there are games that are free that can do that short little experience and still respect the fact that, hey, either you're buying it as a complete package, like, say, Monument Valley, or they handle free-to-play as a cosmetic experience and not a gameplay experience. Because what it feels like is that the free-to-play aspects are informing the game design. And when you let the bean counters influence your game design, that's when your game design just goes to shit. So, in conclusion, Clash of Clans is a game that looks nice. It's a game that is visually and audio is appealing to certainly over 100 million people, and certainly enough to afford an ad at the goddamn Super Bowl. But for me, as an old... Nope, not doing that. See, there's the thing. Get more elixir to get more troops. Get more troops, otherwise you can't complete the actual single-player missions. I'm not going to do that. That's just not in my agenda. Ever. So there's the thing. The audio and visual are appealing. I understand it, and certainly when you can afford a commercial at the Super Bowl and you are raking in millions and millions every day, certainly it is appealing to, you know, a very wide swath of people. Also, this is one of the games that advertises in other free games. So, like, every other free game I've played is either Clash of Clans or Game of War, and I assure you, Game of War on this channel, on this show, Yelling at Clouds, is coming. So look forward to that, I guess. But I have a feeling, it's just a hunch, that I'm going to have a number of the same complaints about that as I do about this. But this show is called Yelling at Clouds. I'm going to continue to try to understand these video games that I don't understand, that I want to understand to a certain extent, but still kind of feel like, well, perhaps it's just not for me. Perhaps I'm just looking for a more traditional game experience, and thankfully there are enough of those still in the world today. So I will tell you that this has been Yelling at Clouds. My name is Attack Slug. Tune in next time when I look at something else of this same vein and nature, and I will see you next time right here on this channel. And I'm out.